Donna's Things. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I so appreciate you tuning in, checking out what's going on Donna's Things. I am happy about that. And then, of course, if you are returning, you know my heart. I really do appreciate your time as well that you take to come and sit and watch these videos and, be a support here in this sewing community. So, it is Friday. It is the end of the work week for some. It is the beginning of the weekend for some. But for those of us here on YouTube, it is Friday Sews. Thanks over to Jen at Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating this community of sewers, crafters, artists, whatever it is that you do, where we come online, we talk about what we've been making, what we're planning to make. We talk a little bit about life. And as I say, it's really been a great thing because you get to hear the tips and tricks of what people have been doing and techniques to different garments. And so it also helps you, it inspires you, and it helps you kind of boost up those skills a little bit when you need to learn how to do something. So the question that Jen has posed today, or the forum topic that has been posed today, is, do you like pockets? What kind of pockets do you like? Now, typically, I'm not a pocket girl. I don't really care for pockets. I don't have anything against pockets, but I'm not one to sew pockets in everything that I make. But that question does lead me to today's pants that I have on. And the pattern is this Know Me 2043. Know Me 2043. The designer here is Erica Bunker. Well, a while back, I posted the video where I made the bodysuit that she has on. I made it white. I did the fancy sleeve, the whole deal. I had bought fabric for the pants, but I had not made them. And this fabric of these pants is a premium cotton sateen. But let me tell you, I'll go ahead and say about the pocket. Excuse me, I dropped my remote. Now, this is why the question. Now, these pockets are placed in, of course, they're sewn down the side, but they're put in, and here's the pocket right here. This is the kind of pocket that I like. I like pockets in the seam, but I like front pockets like this. I like patch pockets, but this is mainly what I like. But these pants, as you can see, have been, see the button detail here? Here's the pockets. I do have one welt pocket that's right here, even though I have closed it up. That welt pocket is right here. I'm sorry I wasn't showing the back of me, but I want you to see the detail. Now, you can't see the full width of the pant, but they do have this wide bottom, as you can see. And the pants are made with a seam down the front. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but this girl took her premium cotton fabric, which is gorgeous, and did not pay attention to the fact that this fabric has a nap, N-A-P. And by that, it means that if you lay it one way, the black looks one color. If you lay it another way, the shade of black will look different. And because I didn't buy quite enough fabric, I laid like I laid the pieces opposite ways. And why? When I started making my pants, when I put the seam together in the front, why did I see one side lighter than the other, so I messed up the nap. The two outside pieces, which of course were cut at the same time, are of a lighter shade, and the two inside pieces are darker. The entire back and the waistband, they are the darker black. Now, it looks good actually, but it made the pants look more casual. I got a little frustrated, and instead of making buttonholes here, I just closed it up. And so I closed it up so you can't open it, you can't unbutton it. I put the buttons flat on top all the way through, and I put a flat zipper in the back. Now, I love them, but they are definitely not doing what I intended on them doing. But of course, they're wearable. I really don't do mock-ups. I do make two of a lot of things that I make. And I'll make one and then I'll like it or don't like it. It's going to be wearable. I don't do any muslin fabrics or anything like that. It's wearable. And then sometimes I like it so much that, yeah, I'd really rather have it in a better fabric. So what I did was I went out, haven't made them yet, but I bought this really beautiful navy blue. It's almost like a gabardine, but it's like the quality of it has been bumped up like 100%. So I bought the navy blue, I bought the buttons, and I am going to do it the right way. This one will drape better. It'll hang totally different from the ones that I have on. So the ones I have on are more like a denim approach, style. The blue ones will be fancy. I was going to do the gold buttons like she did, but I couldn't really find any that I liked. I used the size 14 with very healthy 5/8 inch seams. The 12 would have been pushing it. 14 was just a scant 1/8, not fitting the way I fit. So I'd like my clothes to fit. For the pants, you can use cotton blends, jacquards, lightweight wool blends, linen blends, and twill, which is why I thought the premium cotton sateen was fine. And it is fine. But I know that this one that I'm going to use next it'll just give it a dressier look. It was not hard to make, but very time consuming because the front has two pieces with the seam sewn down. This part here, of course, you have to put facing on here and, facings on these, turn them inside. You would have had to make the buttonholes. The pocket, it was put in basically like a normal pocket, but like I said, that seam. The back is one piece. You don't have the seam going down the back. And then when you put the waistband on, you got your band from here around to the back, which would have been one piece had I made this open in the front. And then you had to do a front waistband right here because that seam does go all the way up. But overall, I enjoy making the pants. As you can see, I bought a piece of fabric so I can wear another pair. I normally wear my shirts on the inside, but of course, when you got some beauty like this going on, you're going to go ahead and put your pants on your shirt on the inside. So that's one of the things that I finished up. I finished that up in the beginning of the week. And then I started working on two tops that I have. And I'll be putting a video out on Monday on one of those, and then probably Thursday or something. Confession. I go to the fabric store every Wednesday. I don't keep a stash of fabric. I do have one unit, a decent size unit, where I keep fabric. So I have cottons, that I can always pull out for a shirt. I have a couple of the cotton sateen, but like in a khaki, in a navy. I might have one denim. I have several knits, the roll up bundles that you can buy from Walmart. I keep those because I like tank tops and shells, and those Walmart bundles are good for those. So I have fabrics. I have a couple of Italian wool pieces and Italian cotton pieces, but I don't keep a stash where every day I can just go in there and find something to make. I like to go in the store and shop. So my store, Fabric Hut, has a sale every Wednesday. Buy 1 yard, second yard is half off. Well, most of us always buy 2 to 4 yards of fabric at a time, but I just enjoy going in there. And one thing about me, my fabric doesn't sit around. If I buy it this week, you can believe that in the next 2 weeks, within the next 2 weeks, my garments are made. So I pretty much shop all of the time, so I'm guilty. I don't buy a whole lot every time. I just take my budget and I spread it out for the month. Now, there are times I skip a Wednesday, of course, but for the most part, I like to pretty much go every Wednesday, see what's new. You know, I just like to shop that way. So I just purchased this blue. I purchased a piece for the shirt. So technically, to be honest, you guys, if I wanted to post a video 3 times a week of a new make, I really could. But of course, I don't want to do that. And I certainly don't want to bombard you guys who watch the channel with all of my just any kind of makes. But I love to sew. So I'm always in the fabric store and I'm always sewing. But I love these pants. I do have to wear my heels with them, which is no problem. I still wear heels, but I really do like them. They have a nice close fit, which some of that got to go away. The other thing that I haven't done this week, but I got in this week, are my electric scissors. I wanted to get a pair. My mom always cut with a pair of electric scissors, and somehow over the years, hers that I had kept got away from me. I've been waiting to see if Madam So got those cute little pink ones in, but they were sold out, and now when I go on the site, I see that reddish orange color or whatever. So I decided I would get a pair from Amazon. So here are my electric scissors. It came with the cord, of course, for charging. It does come with an extra head, and it came in this case. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you don't have a lot of patience. I cut something out. They came yesterday, and I cut something out last night to see if I still had it, because they may cut nice, but you got to know how to guide these things. So I did okay with the cutting out and stuff. I did okay, but probably by the time I get to my next garment, I'll be doing all right. So I'm happy about that. I like rotary cutters. I really only use them when I'm cutting my quilting fabrics. When I'm doing my garment sewing, I 99% use my scissors, and now of course I'll be using my electric scissors. So I'm happy about that. Since I've been home from work, it's not always a lot going on around here in reference to life. Of course, we're just thankful every day to be here. Things are going well at the church. It's been a month now. We are actually, wow, August 1st, my husband started as an interim pastor at a church. A church is currently looking for a pastor. we had just retired in 2020 after 28 years of pastoring, but now he has a 6 month term, which may extend at another church that has called him in. So life, of course, can be busy with that, but that's not a struggle. We just do it with my word for today, grace. As I said last week, since there's not a lot going on all the time to share, we don't have any new babies or anything like that in the family. So since there's nothing to share in that regard, I decided to choose a word each week. That would be my word that I pretty much go by. I'm checking it out, see if I live by it, if it's a word that I stand up to. And then, of course, if there's any changes or improvements I want to make in my life regarding that. And so my word this week has been grace. Now, I looked it up, of course, and several definitions. So one definition says simple elegance or refinement. And that's like, you ever seen a person and they carry themselves in such a way they can be short or tall, but they always look tall, and they walk a certain way or they speak a certain way, just very refined. So you'll say, there goes that woman, she is filled with so much grace. And that's the elegance and the refinement about herself. The other thing that it said was courteous goodwill. And that's like when you want to say, give me a little bit of credit, or give me the grace to have, give me the grace to have not, I want to say it the right way. Well, the definition was like she bowed out gracefully from a sport she had like, so gracefully, like, give me some credit for doing this in such a smooth manner. I took a back seat, I'll say, to something. So that's a way of describing grace. And then the final definition that I read was grace is the basis of faith. And so we call grace God's unmerited favor or undeserved favor. And so while all three are true, I try to live in that third one, the undeserved, the unmerited favor of God, where life should look like this, but it doesn't. It actually looks like this. Or life should look like that, but it actually looks like this. And so that's my word, giving myself the grace, the undeserved favor or the credit to be free in some things that I want to do. Or sometimes I find that although you go through a lot of things, you've been blessed with grace. The grace of God allows you to go through it much more smoothly than you would if you were just frantically all over the place. And then you kind of look at it like, I do like the idea of the elegance, or just handling things with such grace, being more ladylike about things. So that is my word for the week, grace, and very fitting for this time of year for me. So I am being thankful for the grace that I have been given in my life, where everything that I may have done in my younger days, or things that I may not do so correctly now, those things are not being held against me. I'm not serving some type of penalty, even in relationships with other people. So I am thankful for grace in all three definitions. So that's pretty much it for me on today. Enjoy your weekend. You know, I try to keep those weekends free for family, friends, fun, you know, whatever you want to do. If the only time you sew is on the weekends, just enjoy doing what you do. And I will see you next Friday. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the content that was here today, anything that you may have seen with my pants or heard. Of course, if you have already subscribed, thank you. If you don't want to subscribe, you just like scrolling through, I appreciate that too. But you guys know what I say. Ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.